Welcome back to a Saturday Film Club, and the usual suspects are here. Jay's back, Jay's fit and well, and Sandy's lost her voice. So we might hear a couple of grunts from Sandy.
Sandy somehow through the internet.
We might not hear from Sandy. She might come in with a croak now and again, but that is it. So, but yes, we hope she feels a little bit better.
It's Jay, similar to that. It's pretty
similar to that. That was nearly spot on. But
it's just this. Hi, everyone.
It's pretty close.
You won't have to hear me, so I'll let these gentlemen with their lovely voices carry on.
There we go. But Jay, how are you been?
I'm well. I actually was the one that was sick last weekend, so I'm feeling a lot better this weekend, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Now, for this, we're back to say you missed the Cruel Sea, and now we're back into well, I must say, this is what, 90, is it 95, 98? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I would have thought like early to mid 90s, like somewhere in the 93, 95 range.
Yeah, 95.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, who picked this? I think it was, was it Sandy's or was it yours?
This was Sandy, I believe, but one I would have put on had it not already been on there.
That's it. And I think this is one of the ones where it's that 90s iconic look, wasn't it? It came out and everybody was like, there's a lot of words and scripting, like everybody knows who Kaiser Soze is. Like, you were Kaiser Soze. Like, it was literally just people kind of giving that look. But this has got our first Baldwin, our second Gabriel Byrne, Brito Di Torre. I don't think he's been in anything else, has he?
Sicario,
yes, that's it. And then Kevin Pollak, our first Kevin Spacey. What I find is
second Kevin Spacey, because he was Hopper in A Bug's Life.
Oh yes, we said that. Yep.
Kevin Pollak, I believe, if he's the guy on the left there, which I think he is, he was in Casino.
Was he?
He was in Casino as well.
What was he in Casino?
I believe his name in Casino is Mr. Green, if I'm correct.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Small. Yeah. It's like I believe a small role. It's not even really totally popping in my mind. I just remember seeing it on IMDb.
There you go, Sandy. And our first Pete Postlethwaite. I'm sure this is our first, but we've got him. I think there's a few in the wheel that he will pop up in. But yes, it took me back, this movie, I must say, like that, because it starts off in New York where. And it's quite strange. Like, this is like a weird one to kind of review, because people, if you've not watched this is going to be really badly spoiled for you. And I mean that sincerely.
Yeah, it's almost kind of one where I would say, like, maybe don't watch this episode until you've seen the movie, because it's a surprise or a movie that you don't really want to ruin.
It's such the setup is one of those, you get those like kind of mystery ones, and I think we said it is this one's set out really, like the groundwork set out really well at the beginning, like where we've had, like we said, like Ryan Johnson, that whatever onion thing he does, it's just stupid. It just like throws out there a scenario that wasn't there. And then this one, when it has the reveal, you're like, oh. Now, for me, because this is whatever time watching it, this is a movie I think you have to score twice, I think. Pete Postlethwaite was in The Duelist. Yeah, that minor part. Thank you, Sandy.
That's right.
That when you first watch it, I think your score's up there. But because you know the reveal, the second time watching it, it's you have to score it. Oh, first time. And that wow moment of like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, it makes so much sense. And then knowing the reveal, and if the movie's still good, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, so it's funny you say that, because that's kind of what I was thinking about before the show, was how I approached this viewing of it, since I have seen it before. And it really was kind of in that perspective of like, okay, so since I know what the surprise is, or what the twist is, or the story is, whatever, however you want to put it, now comes to watch it in this sense of how well do they really hide it throughout the movie? Like, was I just surprised by it because I wasn't paying enough attention the first time because it was a little smoke and mirrors and I got caught up in it? Or did they really do a good job at, burying the twist in the story, but having it still really be there? Like you said, not like a Glass Onion or whatever those movies are even called, type of way. Something like that. So that was the way that I viewed it this time, was how well do they really hide this but leave the threads of it there.
Yeah, so this movie set in two places, and it jumps at the start. So we're first at the end part of the movie, I suppose you want to call it, the story that Verbal's given, but we see it as the point of, I keep forgetting their names, Keaton, and this is in LA, is where they're on the boat, and it's kind of like you just see the kind of ending of. I'd like this because you see the burning things, and you just like, it's really hard out there, but you can see the shadows of what we kind of who is Kaiser Soze, but we don't know the name. We just, that's what I say, spoilers. We just kind of get the ship's burning. We don't know why, and we kind of get this imagery of somebody hiding in the shadows. Looking. We're not seeing it from their point of view. We're seeing it, as them spying on the boat, and of course, then we get somebody urinating the fire out that Keaton has put there, and it's good. We just get loads of dead bodies, and like it's subtle and it's dark and it's subtle. You don't, you've got the guy with the lighter smoking. You don't know anything about it. You've just got Keaton, just last moments of having a cigarette. It's good, and it's just like, but you see it in Keaton's face of the recognition. Oh, it was you, kind of moment of like, that realization that this is, it's what we find out later is Kaiser Soze, but at this point, it's kind of okay. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, all right, fair enough. Well played. You got us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got me. And then of course, we don't really see anything more from this. We just see the guy burning, and we get this. It sets fire to the ship, and then we get this kind of, again, hidden. We don't know who it is hidden, but we just get this kind of silhouette, like the eyes just poking out, and then we get to Verbal's character, who's being kind of making, at this point, he's making a deal with is it FBI or is it CIA? I can't remember. It's like another agency, isn't it?
God, I don't even remember what agency it was, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but he's kind of back, and then he's like, I need to take you back to the beginning. Let's say that. So now we're getting a story of the beginning of the meetup of like that, and this is where the usual suspects kind of got their name, and I think everybody said it. It's from Casablanca. That's why the movie was. But we get this is McManus, who, again, he's just been round up like, and he's he's arrogant. Oh, I'm asleep. They pull him out, and then we kind of get Hawks. Was he Hockney?
Yes, Hockney, I think.
Yeah, and this is where apparently Sandy looked it up, and where you see the paint shaking. Like going, and you think, like that. Apparently, like Sopranos stole it, like that, exactly the same scene.
No kidding.
So
no kidding.
So it was like used in Sopranos. Yeah, I like this because they all come in and he's just like, ugh. You can see they're just like, oh, this happens all the time, He's like gets his little rag and they pull out all the weapons and he's just wiping his brow off. And then we get Fester, who's just walking down the streets and he's like,
how unrecognizably young does he look?
Yes.
My word.
Yeah,
you almost can't even tell that it's Benicio del Toro. He just looks so young in this. He of all of them blew my mind in terms of like, wow, holy crap, he looks young here.
Yeah. What's it? I can't remember which one is it. Is it Living Daylights? He's in James Bond one, and he's really young.
Oh,
I think it's Living Days.
I haven't seen it. I didn't.
Yeah, you look at it. He's only got a really small part, but you watch it. Oh my god, because he's like everybody knows him now. But when
right,
it's like oh look at that, really small, like really young. And I think he's got to be like 18, 19 in that movie.
No kidding.
Like that. But yeah, so they all get kind of pulled in, and then we get Keaton's character who's sitting down for a meal with his girlfriend or fiance or something like that, who he's trying to make a meeting come things, and then of course he gets picked up of where we now quickly find out that he's a corrupt cop, like that, well, ex-cop, let's say that.
Former, I guess, right?
Yeah, and this, I forgot his name. What is his character's name?
I was just looking it up because I also forgot.
But he's the lead.
Detective I don't know if it's Kujan or Kuyan. I think it's Kuyan. I think that's how they were pronouncing it. Kuyan, maybe?
Yeah. Don't really say it that often. I don't remember, but yeah, he's very, ex-cop. Yeah, I don't like you. So they pull their kind of heavy to get him out of there, but he's trying to say, be nice, Keaton. To get everybody out, and then she's a lawyer. We kind of get that, but they kind of just string them up, and then we get our first of everybody, verbal and all, who is crippled. He's got a limp and he's got a bad hand, isn't he? But he's got it's on that. But they get pulled up into a lineup, and then it's what's the phrase? Give me hand over the keys, you mother.
Yeah, I know it, but I feel like I don't want to say it on your channel. So
MF, MF, and they do it one by one, and it's just it's iconic. This one. It's the poster. It's the iconic one of all of them lined up. Yeah, it's kind of at the moment.
There's some backstory to this scene that's always on my YouTube shorts. I see it all the time where it's like I can't remember exactly what it was. Somebody in this was like. Maybe it was Stephen Baldwin, and one of these guys was like goofing around a lot, and they were actually like aggravating the director, and that's kind of how they got some of this laughing stuff, and they ended up using it in the film or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there is some very kind of well-known, alleged.
Yeah, it was two things I heard. One of them kept on. One of them kept on farting.
It was farting, right? Yeah, okay. I thought it was farting, but I didn't want to say that because I wasn't sure.
One of them, but somebody kept on because they were laughing. One of the like off screen who goes if you forget your line couldn't say the line correctly, so they were delivering the wrong line to the people who died, but they were laughing. They didn't realize.
I think it might have been
farting.
Del Toro actually.
Yeah.
I think I remember that now. Yeah. Okay. It's all coming back. I remember the farting, but I forgot about the second part there.
Yeah, so it's just like giggling, but like even like this bit, I like.
Farts are always funny. It doesn't matter what profession, what age you are. Farts are always funny.
Yeah, and this where the Fester is going like, and he's give you a line, and he's like, say it in English, and he's like, it is English. He's like, what the fuck, man, It's like that. So I'm guessing he's supposed to be like a Central American or something like that. I don't or Cuban or something. Yeah, he's got like a really strong, but. Yeah, they kind of get them all into like playing the cards, and they kind of get him for a hijacking of I can't remember what the hijacking is, or like a theft of steel. Is it not steel? Is it? They say it later on.
God, it's I can't
remember.
Yeah,
but they just like all taking a piss. They know they're all innocent. It's just like yeah. Can you hear me back in the room? They're all just taking a piss of like. You're just trying it on, and then they get back, and then this is where Keaton kind of reveals is like how many lineups have we all been in, and when do they put 5 people in the room, who are the bad guys essentially, and he's like it's normally one, and the rest are just somebody's been given $10 to kind of to stand there for like 30 seconds. But yeah, and this is where the Keaton and McManus, they all know each other from the job, so they're all well known, I suppose, experts at thievery, like the best way to put it. So like they are like well renowned kind of thieves, really, aren't they? So like Keaton's got his background, his thing. McManus, and Hockney and Fester, and I think was it Fenster and McManus, they work together.
Yeah, they've been like a team.
Yeah, and it's only Keaton who knows verbal, so it's like that, and he introduced him like that. And I think they even, politely for YouTube, they do call him the like, who's the gimp, because they don't know who he is, but it's like Keaton who's like things, and you can see straight away Keaton is the lead of this one. Everybody else, they're good at their job, but he's the more
the brains, he kind of got it all figured out type of thing.
Yeah, he's like, I know I like a shakedown when I see it. We don't have to do anything, don't we? It's good things, but we get but why? There we go. He seems to be smart.
Exactly.
Let's go. Yeah, and he's they come up that they've all been put there, and is it McManus comes out with, I've got a job, isn't it? So he starts to tell him about a job.
He starts off with like it'd be a good way to stick it to them, to actually they got us in here for nothing. It'd be a good way to stick it to them. I've got just the job for it, by actually committing a crime. Yeah,
it doesn't go exactly what the crime is. It's just like it's Keaton is actually going straight. So he's actually he's out the business.
Well, he's been straight for this, I think, for at least a couple of years, ever since. Yeah. I forget, they mentioned it later. I think it's since he met his fiance or whatever, who's the lawyer. That's when he kind of turned his back on the life of crime. Yeah.
So they're things, but they've all got an interest, let's say, that of what's going on, and of course, he explains the kind of the job, like very not over things, because it's then verbal. He explains it more, so they all kind of things. But then we jump back into, I suppose it says present day, but it isn't now. This is present day in movie terms, that we've just seen the past of their introduction. Now we're back in San Francisco, so it's the first part of it is New York. Then we get to LA, or San Pedro. I don't know where that is in California. Do you, Jay?
Off the top of my head, no. I'm gonna guess more southern, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, but so we've got now the lead investigator. We get all the dead bodies, and they're like, looks like a drug deal gone wrong, but there's no drugs. So it's like, so the things they've recovered one body who was alive, and he's at the hospital. And this guy is, it's weird because he knows of Kaiser Sose, knows the name. Everybody's heard of it, but like he's like kind of trying to do the detective work is what's gone on here, really, not that it's Kaiser Sose. So he kind of thinks it's kind of things. But then we get now jumping in of these two is, I'm guessing one's federal and one's local. I'm guessing that's what Sandy said. He wants to question him why he's got immunity, who it's signed by. Don't know. So he's like, get him in a room, we're giving questions. So this is where he's pushing for the sergeant. There you go. To give him a moment before he gets out. Let me interview verbal. And then we get this guy who's going into see this guy who is one of the surviving Hungarians. Was he not Turkish, Hungarian? I think it is. And they're like, get a translator in, even though he's like burnt nearly to a crisp. They're like, we need to interview him. He's, and this is where he's. Why was there any drugs? No. And then it's the Hungarian. He's like, no, we weren't there for drugs. We were there for a person. So now they know what was going on there, and that's where he mentions the name for the first time through the movie is no Kaiser Soze, and he literally screams it and like that, and yeah, he's like,
Look at that cell phone, by the way. I haven't seen one of those in ages.
I used to love them, the flip ones.
Yeah, they were cool. They were cool.
And then we get again. This is where I think it's like you try and see things in the second time, and a bit spoilers, people. Yeah, it's all in the room. But yeah, now Verbal is getting questioned by I can't remember what name you told me now, but they're kind of
Kuyan.
He's like he's trying to be like the bad cop, I suppose you want to be like that, and it's he's what's he trying to say? Trying to even manipulate him later on of like, well, if you're going to get 6 months, aren't you? He's going to get 6 months for trafficking something like weapons. Or something,
6 months for weapons, I believe, weapons charges.
Yeah. And he said, well, that 6 months, I've got somebody inside that I can say that you leaked his name. And he's like, well, I didn't. And he's like, well, you tell me, or I can get you done in prison, let's say. That is the best way to put it. And he's like, the Verbal's like, well, hold it, I'm a little bit afraid, a bit scared. He's the weak one of the group that's survived. So he's like, yeah, well, reluctantly I'll be cocky, but I'll answer your questions. And then it's more of the insight of everything's being delayed. Do you have a cigarette? Do you have this? Like that. Just keeping everything calm. And then Verbal's trying to get the upper hand while the policeman is trying to answer his questions while he's telling the stories. And this is where we get the first story of him about working in Guatemala. Is it like that?
He kind of like, well, he rifles off, I feel like, a few at once. He talks about something about coffee in Guatemala, being in part of a barbershop quartet, and just all these other things. Because it's just like a disarming tactic, I think. Trying to just not loosen up the vibe or whatever in terms of his own interrogation against them. He's just rattling off all this what seems to be nonsense stories.
It's like, and I think like when you first watch it, it's like, oh, he's just trying to look. I'm somebody, look at, like, I'm not just that, a criminal. I've done things in my past. Like you need to listen to my whole story. So it's good. Yeah, and they just again they get back whilst he's telling the story of the New York bits, and then we get back, and then of course Keaton's been let out. Lucky enough by his lawyer or solicitor, whatever she is, girlfriend. But we get the backdrop is this scene is quite weird because he's so angry about being there. He's like, she's going, I love you. She's just like,
she's staring into the eyes of the guys around him. It's very odd.
And then we get whilst he's looking at them across the kind of street, and they're going, that we get to think that without Keaton, the job can't really be done. We need 5, and they won't take Verbal unless Keaton is involved. So now it's like very, up there that if Verbal needs to get Keaton on the side to kind of get on with the job, that is an easy job because they've got it all planned. This is where we're just getting the kind of the interaction throughout the movie of the storyteller Verbal and the revolving players that are there to do their first heist. I'll say that. So yeah, they're getting in there, but then we get Verbal. This is the bit where he's they won't take me unless you got there. So yeah, and then he gets in his place. He gives him a good old punch to wherever, and where's he gonna? He's gonna shit blood for a week or something. Like that, whatever it is. But it's a good, like, you can tell where they previously said let's get one over him. Keaton, he kind of wants the same now. He's like, we can do this. We can piss them off. You know, let's get one over, and then we find. I think it's here we get then Verbal's interaction again. Is there's the taxi? Was it New York's finest taxi service? Isn't it?
Yes.
And this is prominently. This is it was going on. They had to stop it because the internal revenue were getting very close. And what they do is, anybody's dodgy that needs to go somewhere gets a full police service for a lot of money around New York. So this one, they kind of think like you kind of expect drug dealers from murderers to whoever it is, isn't it? You got the money. They,
I'm sure there's a wide range of shady characters looking for this kind of service.
Yeah, and this one is then to say what you're talking about. We get this guy. He's got diamonds, or not diamonds. They're like gems, aren't they? Just some gems or something. No, they're like green at the end, aren't they? So
I don't even remember what he had actually had on him.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah, but yeah, they go over
emeralds. Sandy says emeralds in the chat.
Emeralds. Okay, what's the bridge? Come on.
Oh, come on! I have no idea.
Chat bridge, Sandy bridge.
I'm not good with bridges. New York's got a couple of them. I don't know. I have no idea which one this is.
There we go. So, but there we get like the following. Is that what it's called? The
Verrazano.
Verrazano.
I've
never heard of it.
Yeah, don't even think I've heard of it.
There you go. So
I've heard of the Brooklyn Bridge, and I wouldn't be able to tell you that one from a picture either. So it doesn't make a difference if I've heard of it or not.
But yeah, this guy, he's getting his. And then we're getting the money passed over. And what's it called? Like, can this get me to somewhere? And they're like, he's giving them so much so they can get him to Cape Cod. I think it is even saying like, you got. So yeah, he's got money, and we get like the trucks behind him, and then they stop and they kind of ram it. And this is where they all come in. Manny smashes the glass. Give me the diamonds or whatever, emeralds. Give me the stuff. And the money. They reluctantly get it over because they've all got guns kind of pointing their heads. And this was a FU, I think they call it, to the police. Is the last bit is to set it on fire, and this was Keaton's idea. But it's but before he did it, he let the local press or whatever know what was going down before the police turned up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's good. No, look at that, good shot. No, you're in New York in the 90s. Tomby Raid, is it? Tomby Raid. Oh, thank you. Didn't actually come up.
Hey, Tomby Raid. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Tomby. Hey, Rick. But now we get them all kind of celebrating of their things, and now we know the plan was Verbal's, but the execution was Keaton's idea how to execute. So the man with the plan. Mm-hmm. So they're all happy, but they're not happy that McManus is going to sell the diamonds or whatever, emeralds or the gems to a guy Redfoot in LA. So they're all a bit whoa, you know, we don't like that. And it was the idea is like, well, let's go to LA. It will keep the heat us off. We can, stay low for a little while. So it kind of all works out that, after a bit of the aggression kind of moments that, let's all go to LA. Let's all pull it off. But whilst that's going there is, again, it's showing the lifestyle Keaton's is in, but he's still attached to the crime. But he doesn't want to leave it because at this, he's reluctant to even get the plane, and it's only Verbal. He's like, we've got to go. We're going to miss it. So yeah, he's doesn't say goodbye. They've kind of got a very. They don't blend so much in between his relationship and the lawyer woman. I think you only hear her names a couple of times, and that's from the Pete Postlethwaite character later.
Yeah.
But yeah, there doesn't seem much love. Let's say that.
Yeah, there's not a lot there in terms of that part of the story.
Mm. But again, they're listening to this like Verbal's telling. Well, he's telling all, but he's telling nothing. Really, he's like, yeah, I'm giving you a story. I'm giving you what, how we all got there. And you can see like they're all getting a bit like get to the point kind of moment. Like we want to get something that's incriminating. But I'm just telling you what I've already told the feds, let's say that. But yeah, it's that. And we get back to the Hungarian who now you've got a, what do you call it? The drawers. What do you call it? Like I don't know. What do you call them? What do you love about the
sketch artist?
Yeah, sketch artist. Is there to translate what Kaiser Soze looks like because he knows what he looks like. So yeah, now they're doing it. Now I must say this bit, sorry, in the movie always took me things because I always think they could sketch quite quickly and get a good idea.
Yeah, it's usually
quick.
pretty fast.
This takes a little bit of a while.
Giancarlo Esposito's character, I can't remember his name, but he wouldn't even have left the room before that picture was done. It would be done pretty quickly.
Yeah. So now, they're just getting the information is because they've all heard of Kaiser Soze, who is like a big deal. So at the moment, we don't know. And then, is it this bit is, he's being a bit heavy again, and then he gets called out. Yeah, and then he carries on with the Redfoot story. Yeah, and then we get him doing the notice of barging in and say, who's Kaiser Soze? But on this bit, we're somewhere in California. Don't know where that is again. This is where my knowledge of California is terrible. I couldn't tell you.
Perfect place for a criminal meetup, though. I mean, you couldn't pick a more beautiful-looking theatrical place.
Oh,
San Francisco, I guess. Okay.
San Francisco, San Fran. There we go. And now we had the guy on the right. Did he die recently?
He did. Yes, I was actually telling my wife this when we were watching it. Yeah. He was in The Mask. He was the main bad guy for The Mask. That's what I always think of from him. Yeah, he passed away very recently. I can't remember what, but it's very recently. It was in the past couple months.
I think it's strange circumstances. I think it was. Let's put it that way.
I can't remember.
No, but it was like 2 weeks, something like that, 2-3 weeks ago.
It was very recent. I remember seeing it just within the past month or two.
Yeah, but so he's Redfoot who doing the deal. Everybody's a bit anxious, but they don't like each other. McManus doesn't like anybody. It doesn't seem really. It's only
except for Fenster.
Fenster, is like the only one he can actually. They seem to like click, but everybody else, he's like. He's a bit annoying, isn't he? Really, like McManus. He's like,
he's just like your classic wild card, like the one the kind of person you don't really want to deal with or be around because you just don't know what the hell they're gonna do.
Yeah, he's gonna flip one moment. Yeah, it's things, but whilst they give them money, and again, it's McManus effing up the kind of the politeness is we got a job here if you want to earn some money whilst you're here. McManus is like. Yeah, like again, I've got an opportunity, but it's then Keaton knows an associate of Redfoot's, so he wanted to let him know he was the one who's dead, and he wants to know that he was the one who killed him. So he's like that, and he's like, "Well, I'm happy you let me know." Like that, and there's no hard feelings. But it's again, it's. A bit of a cock up. They've gone in for the next job, and the next job is, it's a guy with a suitcase. We don't know what's in the suitcase, but he's got a couple of bodyguards, and it's kind of this guy, kind of just carjacking him for like kind of in a way, don't they? And then, but it all goes wrong. Let's say that. So it's he won't give over whatever's in the briefcase. So it's and then. Everybody gets kind of held hostage, so we get is it Fester and Hockney? They kind of get taken by the bodyguard.
They're being held hostage, kind of.
Yeah. So we get that, and then we kind of give us everything like that, and then he shoots them, and then you hear a bang, things, and then Verbal has shot the other guy. So everything has gone wrong. They've now.
And I have to point out the Stephen Baldwin's character.
Oh, with a double.
That's crazy. That is crazy. There's no shot. The way they're moving around too, and just the whole thing. That this was there were parts of this movie that I kind of forgot. That coming back to it now is like, oh, okay. This was something that I forgot because of the better parts of the movie. Kind of blocked it out of my memory for a while. And when I think of the movie, I think of those better parts. But when I saw it this time, I was kind of like, ooh, okay, yeah, that's a little rough. That's a little goofy.
But it shows as well. But it is a bit goofy. But it's kind of like sticks with McManus's character, that he's really good at what he does. So even when he picks him up, it's not, unless he's really close, you can't really see that. It's a bit of an unbelievable shot. But
and I think part of it too is when you get to the end and you kind of find everything out, it makes more sense in the sense of how the story's being told and all that. Like, I don't want to spoil. I know most anybody who's watching this has watched the movie, but in case you haven't, we won't spoil it till at least we get to that point. But it probably has something to do with that.
Yes.
But again, you can't really quite piece that together until you've seen the entirety of it. So as you're watching it in real time, you're kind of like, no shot that shot gets off, no way.
Yeah, but it shows in this really these two heists that we see is when they do it themselves, they're professional and it's all done, it's all sorted. But when they work for somebody else and it's not done right, it can cock up. So Keaton and McManus, a bit against each other, and even Redfoot again, they're like, well, F you, and like the suitcase is, I don't know what even like he's in it, but let's say the it's not lemon sherbet in the suitcase. Let's say that for YouTube. But so they all kind of go a bit mad. Again, McManus is kind of threatening Redfoot of like, F you and all that, and then we get back again from this is so back to the precinct where he's interviewing, and this is where the guy who was in the hospital again
who would still be in the room waiting for that sketch to be done. He wouldn't have just left and like, all right, fax it over when you're all set. Like that guy was on life support, for Christ's sake. You'd be hoping that it got done before the guy's heart gave out from the injuries he'd already suffered. Never mind. It is that is another part.
It's a bit of a weird because this bit's weird because it could have been delivered just by phone call,
right?
Because he's lying here is literally, you still got the guy who who was witness to it all. We did. We did. I'm here with him now. We're doing a sketch artist like that. You know what I mean? That would have been the normal way. And the thing here is, unlike pointing out the silly nature of the the Stephen Baldwin scene just prior to this, this isn't a retelling. This is supposed to be the real happening of what's going on in real time in this movie's timeline. This isn't Kevin Spacey's character retelling a story and possibly embellishing things. This is the actual reality in that world. So it's like, that's one where you're like, okay, that's just flat out silly. I can't really excuse that one later on. No, but this is who's that? And then
he's another one that looks incredibly young in this movie too. I always think the first time I really watched something with him in it was Breaking Bad. So I always picture him as Gus. So to see him this young is just wild to me.
So we get now back to the aftermath of Redfoot's one, when Redfoot kind of said, I was doing the job on behalf of somebody else. And he wants to meet you. Forgot that. And the guy is called Kobayashi. Kobayashi. Played by that Asian fellow from Ireland, Pete Postlethwaite. And I always think it's weird, but it makes it makes
by the end it makes sense. But I thought the same thing. I'm like, why is this guy's name Kobayashi? Like, it doesn't make and even this second rewatch, because this is only the second time I've watched this movie. This second rewatch, I thought the same thing. Why is this guy Kobayashi? But then, again at the end, you're like,
it all kind of things. But so he's been listening to them argue about, they need to kind of off Redfoot and all that, and he's but it's the cool charisma of Pete Postlethwaite's character of like, there's anger, and he just approaches them with like, my associate, but the man I work for is Kaiser Sose, and they all, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Like, there's one person you don't want to get in bed with in this game, and his name's Kaiser Soze, and they all go quiet except for Verbal, who's like, who? And like that. But Pete Postlethwaite is like, I guess from the reaction of everybody, they'll tell you later. And I like that because it's a great way of like skipping over the details, somebody explaining it straight away to you. It's just like, that we'll get it later. Because
you know, that's a good point, because I didn't even pick up on that, but that's a really good point, because it is going to be a bit of a little exposition dump to fill in the audience on who this guy is, because clearly everybody else in the room knows it. But it is a clever little trick to like, yeah, we're not going to do it now, do it later, so it doesn't feel as obvious in terms of a kind of a dump like that. So that's a clever little bit of writing to point out.
Yeah. And then this is where Keaton gets a bit aggressive the first time you've seen him kind of threaten somebody. So he kind of, why don't we just kill you right now? You know, it doesn't really matter what guys, so like, you know, who your boss is. I think you're lying. You're using this. I suppose the boogeyman, yeah, as like a threat to us. So yeah, we can just kill you. But he's got a job. He's got a job, and he's like, why you have to do the job is because you have all stolen from Kaiser Soze indirectly, but you all did it. So then he kind of, you know, that Hockney stole what, I can't remember what he stole.
It was all stuff headed overseas for like weapons.
Yeah, so one was weapons. We've got it was in the chat. I think 100% got it right. Platinum and gold wiring. That cargo was Fenster and McManus hijacked, and then the Hockney one was whatever he stole was what they all got arrested for the lineup in, though.
I thought it was steel, maybe, or something.
No, the steel was Keaton, because that was going to Pakistan, because the first two were going to Pakistan, weren't they? And then the steel was going to be used in an Iranian reactor or something.
Something like that. That all sounds about right.
And then a Verbal is there because he did a what do they call it? A confidence con on one of the associates of Kaiser Soze, and he stole $60,000. So they all owe him something. And again, it's just like, well, sod that. We'll get rid of you right now. And he's like, well, and again, I love it because the calmness of Pete Postlethwaite is like, he's got a gun, and I've got something for you. And he leaves a briefcase on there, leaves them with a briefcase. And I love this, like the who's going to open it, and then clink, that moment. Well, what's in it? Like that. Yeah, it's and then every bit's in it is they're all there's loads of brown folders with all their names on it that has
their records.
Criminal history, everybody they've ever done time with, anything they've done since juvie. So it's things. Why do they hold the gun sideways? I don't know. That's it's a Hollywood thing. Anybody else will know if you do that, you're going to get a round in the eye. Let's say that it's it's like when people shoot left-handed, but it comes out the right outside. It's like, well, it's only one way it's going, straight in your eye. Oh, it's but yeah, they all kind of, I love it because again, they're all kind of scared that this guy knows so much, and they got modern things, and this is where Fenster kind of, there was a guy from New York who used to get some work from them, and he always got paid 5 times more than the job was worth, you know. So he's real, you know, like that. So, but he's somebody you don't want to mess with. And it's like, well, and it's, we kind of need to do this, but this is, now we get back to Verbal. And so there's a lot of back and forth, but this is because it's Verbal story. This is where he's, you know, is this where he does the devil, you know? the best acting the best. Oh, was it? People chat. So many
I
people
can't remember
in chat.
exactly when he says it.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And it's he mentions that a couple of times, but this is where he tells him that he's. I think he. Can't remember. They say they believe he's half Turkish, half Colombian, half German. There's no real things, but this is where we get the Hungarians go to his house, and I like how they shoot this because it's all a bit blurry until a little bit, and they violate his wife and he's got his kids there, and I like it because he looks long haired. I like they're giving this kind of Antonio Banderas look, haven't they? Like from
Fabio.
Yeah. They kill his son, for the one of them, and this is where we want your territory, and then and then of course it's verbal explaining what happens. So the only thing he could do is, well, he gets up and he shows him what power is really like. And what Kaiser Soze does, he kills his son, kills his daughter, kills his wife, and kills I think there's 3 or 4 bodyguards, gangsters there, what you want to call them, and leaves one alive to tell the story, that he'd rather have. Was it?
So I'm trying to remember what his rationale was. It was something of he'd rather have his
not
family not be there than to see
the pain and suffering,
the life or something.
Yeah,
something about I have to watch that quote again because something about that didn't make a lot of sense to me as I was watching it in real time, and I still don't feel like it does. So I got to go back and rewatch exactly what the quote is there because it felt like I'll be honest, unnecessary way to try, like the whole family thing that Kaiser Soze allegedly does there. Felt like an unnecessary way to try to get the point across that the quote says he was trying to get across. Like I couldn't quite understand what sense they were going for there, other than just pure brutality.
I'm guessing it's supposed to be scare them. I suppose.
Yeah, and that's what I figured. But I got to make sure that it's the quote that didn't make sense, and not just my understanding of it. I guess.
Well, verbal even says like that. It's a bedtime story. Gangsters or thieves tell their king to frighten their kids. It's like you rat on dad. Kaiser Soze will get after you. It's like, but look, we get the story again. He didn't just kill. He went, he killed just not the gangsters. He killed their family, family,
people
like
they owed money to,
the friends, the guy who once walked a dog for him. He just literally annihilated them all. And this is where we kind of get, the detective is liking the story, is kind of enjoying it, but it's they're going back as like this is again. I can't remember this detective. He's kind of going like, there were people, associated that we know, but nobody's ever pinpointed that, but we know he's real. So he's kind of like confirming verbal story from a third party, I suppose, like that every time. It's not directly saying, "Oh, that was real." It's just like, we heard of him. So it's going now. They're trying to get verbal to kind of cough up a bit more information about. Now the main man is Kaiser Soze. Here you go. One cannot be betrayed if one has no people. There we go. So was that the line? Was that one of the lines?
He says it, I think, at some point when they're explaining how Kaiser Soze has people work for him without realizing they're working for them. He mentions that line.
But so we just get the story, and we're getting a little bit more, like, again, I like this, like, verbal. He's getting a bit more scared. The more he gives, more he gets like, I don't want to tell you, I've got immunity, but but I want to tell the story. I want to, like, he's plagiarizing his own kind of like greatness of being a great thief, and then we kind of get the sketch artist is doing her job, whilst is we're just getting the chats, and then we get that Fenster ran away. Just to show the things, and he didn't want anything to do it, and he ended up in a ditch, well, a sand ditch somewhere. McManus again. I'm going to kill them all because he's his friend. It's Keaton is kind of we need to do it correctly. We need to, find Kobayashi and do it correct. Don't want McManus just kind of going off wild. And they kind of just they bury him into the ditch. It's back to they're playing in, having an argument, but they know the right thing is to do that whilst we get back into their next kind of heist. I suppose not heist, is it? It's their kidnapping of Kobayashi.
Yeah.
Kobayashi is now they're in some random building, and
they're basically calling his bluff. They think he's full of it and that he's just using Kaiser Sose as a boogeyman. Oh, and that too, and revenge. Sandy, great point. And revenge for Fenster.
And then it's they get him up. He's there. I don't know how, but they never explain how they knew he was here, do they?
I can't remember if he left some information with them or not. They might have, and I just missed it in the movie.
He goes in, and then McManus is above him. He takes out the two. Again, they're just making him look like a really good shot, that. So it's revenge, really, revenge. It's again LA skylight, is that it? With the fog, what do they call that? They do actually have something. The smog, isn't it? The LA smog.
Yeah, it's real. And it's gross.
Yeah. So we get that. They take him away. Where now we're gonna off you. So this is where they're gonna. This is the end of you. We don't care. What you're gonna do? And he's like, "That's okay, but you're gonna annoy my employee," because he even says, "If you say Kaiser Sose one more time, I'm gonna do you." And this is where McManus is like, "Well, just to let you know, I'm gonna be the one who offs you like that." And he's at this point. It's but before you do, can I finish my meeting, my job with he's a girlfriend, the lawyer who's been sent there, and he's like, "Well, you're bluffing. Come with me." So they go off, and lo and behold, she's there for an immigration something, whatever it is. But this is where then Pete Bosway really threatens them all. Is like, if you don't do what we say, is this new heist, she'll be dead. And then he just literally goes, and I think it's like your uncle in Arizona will die, such and such and such and such. So he's they don't just know your background. We know how to get to your friends and loved ones. So they're kind of like they've got no choice now to take the job. And we flipped over the job. The job is to burn a boat full of cocaine. And what is worth 90 million. Is it Hungarians? Hungarians are selling it. The Turkish are buying it, and they can keep all the money they find. Yeah, that's it. So now we're getting to the kind of the heist moment. So now we do it this way. So it's to the night of the heist, let's say that. So they've all got their positionings on that, and it's what was it? McManus is the sniper kind of guy, so we kind of again it's making out that he's the good shot. Hockney is kind of the driver, getaway going to be driver. Verbal's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's like a lookout.
Just kind of look out, kind of
stay
guy.
out of trouble.
Yeah, he's going to stay out of trouble. And then, but Keaton is going to be like the main person that kind of gets in there. But again, it's, you say this is with Keaton as well. He's kind of looking after Verbal. He knows he's a bit weak than the rest, so he's kind of like, he's taking him under his kind of wing at this point to just, I'm going to look after you because you're not strong. You might be a good fraudster, but you're not what we do, and this is what we do. So yeah, we get everybody into position. Where we get that again. So we get to get Keaton going in down the jetty to the ship, where I'm guessing he can speak like Russian or Hungarian, because he meets these guys and they're like, there's somebody coming down, and they, first of all, he gets him into positioning for McManus to do one, like counting them all, what his shots are going to be. But he does talk to him in a different language, or Russian or something, doesn't he? So he does. He makes out that he's there, and of course, once he gets there, it's time for all hell to break loose. So yeah, it's bang, bang, bang. Elvis has left the building, I think McManus says, and then we just kind of get like this next scene is kind of a John Wick shoot 'em up, but not so much kind of John Wick. But they go through the boat, killing everybody. One by one is we're gonna get everybody on the boat. Got to find the drugs, get the money, get out, burn the ship. That's the plan. But of course, we get everybody out. We get Hockney looking for, gets the, I think this is the finds the money.
Yeah, the money in the trunk.
Yeah, money in the trunk. He takes it on that, and then he turns. He looks. He gets shot, but he looks very surprised. The last moment that he drops to the floor, whilst everybody else is on. We got now McManus and Keaton are on the boat. Verbal is hiding really behind what we saw at the first point. He's hiding behind some, I don't know, barrels and like ropes or something, isn't he? Whatever. Whilst everybody is going through the ship, like McManus, to be honest, he's doing it like he looks like I don't know, like a trained Navy SEAL or something.
I don't understand why he slides himself down this tube. He probably could have just walked around like Gabriel
cool.
Byrne's character was, but yeah, he stuffs himself right down there.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going that whilst Verbal is they're getting the stories. We're getting just a little bit more information about it all, and then it's again they're just like we know more. The police are trying to tell Verbal we know more than you think we know. So yeah, he's things we get to things we know. It was Keaton kind of thing. It was him who manipulated you. So now the police think, it was that all the things that was done, all the lead, it was Keaton. While Verbal is still trying to tell a story where the police now know there were no drugs. So why would you tell us that? It's like that. And then we get the first look at this guy who is what the money was for. And this is I don't think you even find out his name. He was high in the organization, and he's going to rat out Kaiser Soze, but he's being sold to the Turks or the Hungarians, one of the whatever organization is there, to kind of bargain against Kaiser Soze because this guy can put him away. So that's what the 90 million is for. It's not for any drugs, it's for this guy. So yeah, it's a handover thing. So whilst everything is going on, so we just hear loads of gunshots, loads of fires. Everybody's kind of going out one by one. We get to see everybody going on to that. This guy is panicking, whilst then Keaton has been looking for the drugs, and he kind of announced it to McManus, there are no drugs on this boat. And he's like, what? And he goes, there's nothing here. So that confuses everybody. Where McManus is like, we're gonna find it. Verbal again has now moved closer to the ship, and like that. And then we get the door opening of it. I didn't tell him anything. He's like that. He's like, and we don't hear anything, we don't see anything from the other point of view. This guy's terrified, and then we just get bang, and he's gone. I do like it when they do shoot people on this. You don't see the unnecessary blood death. We just see a little bit of a splatter.
Well, and I like the way they set this up too, because they I think we went over it, skipped over it, but like a scene or two back, the cops mentioned that part of how they found out some of the information on Kaiser Sose, which they now think is Gabriel Byrne's character, they had found a body washed ashore that had the 2 bullet holes in the head, and they identified it as this rat, or whoever it was, the informant for whatever law enforcement agency it was. So they kind of let you know that, oh, it was 2 shots, it was this person, blah, blah, blah. So then as you start to see this person, that's when it's starting to click, like, oh, is that the person? That's got to be the rat. And then what I liked here was they just do the 2 shot blasts from the porthole window here. So once you hear the exact 2 shots, you realize it all kind of comes together with that. Like, yeah, that was the guy with the 2 shots that floated down. So the whole thing kind of comes together. But beyond just saying, yep, there was a rat, this was the rat, and we see it. I like how they went with the 2 shots thing, because it was a nice little touch for, just confirming, as the audience is putting it together, that yes, you put the right piece in the right spot. You got that part of the puzzle.
That's it. Yeah, whilst they're all searching, and then we get McManus comes out looking at Keaton, and he's like, "There's strangest things has happened," and he's got a knife in the back of the neck, and then we hear some more gunshot things, and Keaton goes down into the things whilst we've still got Verbal out there kind of panicking, and this is where the police kind of come back, is like, you're lying, you didn't see, because of the things like Keaton died, you didn't see that, it was all Keaton, it was all, he was the instigator, he manipulated everybody from the start. And then this is where he kind of tells they found his girlfriend's body as well, so they found her, she was shot in a hotel room, a motel, whatever it was, 2 shots to the head. So yeah, it's and he's like, yeah, this is where a good little things where, again, why didn't you help? Why, if Keaton was in danger, or McManus, why didn't you help? Why you're going to shoot the devil in the back? What happens if you miss? And he's got his crippled hand, so you kind of like, oh yeah, he's all right, he would be no good.
So funny story, because I was watching this morning, as I was watching it, this scene came up, and as soon as he said the lines, how are you going to shoot the devil in the back? What happens if you miss? As soon as the words were coming out of his mouth, I got your tweet notification where you used the quote of that exact line. So I was like, wow, what odd time. Like, literally, as he was saying it, the tweet notification came up on my phone. I even looked at my phone. I'm like, you don't believe this. Stacey's just tweeted this at the exact same time that we're watching the movie. It was exactly, Sandy. It was a creepy line to be in such a weird coincidence.
That's good. That is like that. But yeah, so now we get again the dark shadow figure of Kaiser Soze that we saw at the beginning, who go, and we going to get the play out of what happens with again the copper again giving his variation of the job, that it was all Keaton. It was he had the place, he had the experience to get the line up on. He could use all his ex-police resources to get everything in place. He's a crook. He's an ex-cop, so he could do this. He has the knowledge, the infrastructure to be Kaiser Soze. So he's the one who kind of thinks. So we get everybody pulled out, the guy in the river, and it's just kind of shaming Verbal ever to think he was your friend. He wasn't your friend. He was using you. And the Verbal starts to kind of break down, because what we see, through the movie is, Keaton kind of looking after him, and him to be like, no, he used you as a patsy. It was all Kaiser's, like, it was him. He faked it all. And it was, he gives a story at this point of like, he's faked his death before, and then, he took out all like the people who were going to testify at a murder or whatever it was. We know he offed them, and then he all of a sudden he reappeared like that. So this is we've seen this action from him before, and so we get a bit more aggressive, and we see from Verbal's point of view of like that, while the police is just kind of pinpointing all the information there to make you, oh, this is a good point, is what's anything, is the audience is starting to believe, everything that cop's saying is tying in to the story we've just watched, that it would be Keaton as Kaiser Soze, or, things using his name. And, it's, again, we get the breakdown of Verbal and things like that, and he's like, when did you post? You posted like an hour ago or something like that. So he's kept him in there, and he's like, we can put you in a safe house, if you tell us, testify against Keaton, really. And he's like, nobody can protect me now. So he's off. Not much money is all asked now. The slowest fax machine in the world and the slowest sketch artist has finally started to we started to get that fax in, as why he's now getting his his gear to leave out, is where now we get the sergeant and this guy is like just kind of, they're being cop buddies, and he's like, your office is a mess, and he's like, no, it's all structured, it's all it's all there. And then, he's drinking, and he starts just having a look at the board. Spoilers, go away if you've not watched this movie. Go now, run. I'm not going to say it.
I mean, this legitimately will ruin it for you, so if you haven't watched it.
Yeah. And then, so he's kind of just drinking his coffee, just having a look at the board. And it looks nothing. They're just having a chat, and he's just, drinking his board until he notices something, and then we get the first bit is the barbershop quartet in Illinois, and that was the maker of the board. There we go, the real name of the bulletin board company who it makes the bulletin board. And then he just drops then drops his cup, and at the back there we go, in Stokeland, Illinois, there we go. So he drops his cup, and then we get just everything that Verbal said during the story, literally everything that was what Jay said, is everything that sounded insignificant but built the story, the narrative of the story, and like it to the coffee when he had the beans, the
Guatemala stuff, all the stuff he used to try to disarm, because Kuyan, Detective Kuyan, Agent Kuyan, whatever he is, he approaches Verbal from the beginning with this whole I'm smarter than you, I'm on you, I know what you're not, what you're not what you're holding out from us, but I know you're holding something out from us, blah blah blah, the whole thing. So everything Verbal does from that point forth feels a lot like disarming, even if you don't know kind of this part's coming. It just feels like he's just trying to disarm Detective Kuyan or Agent Kuyan, just because he's coming in so aggressive. Because the story is really like they're rattling off like they're true and they're fluent, like like these are things that actually happened, but they're nonsense. They have nothing to do with anything going on. It's just like casual talk, water cooler talk. Like, I was in Guatemala once. I had like as if you were just talking to a coworker on a Monday morning type of thing. It's all meant to just kind of disarm. And then when you start finding out here that he was just making that up off the fly, like all the pieces are starting to come together.
Kobayashi is that's at the bottom of his cup.
Yeah, the maker of the mug or something.
The mug, and then Kobayashi. There we go, porcelain company, and it's just literally little things, and even like what's name's up on the wall.
Redfoot was something. Yeah,
and then like just a little story, like she was a big fat, or he was a big fat guy, and there's a picture of a big heavy set woman.
Because like every little random detail that seemed nothing.
Yeah, it's just been picked out because that's what he was looking at. And he's like, that's it. Now we get the fax machine is starting to print out like that whilst he's running, trying to catch up. He's like, well, where did the Verbal goes, I think he calls him something like something improper to YouTube days. And he's like, he goes out there. Now we get Verbal just walking down the street. Was like that, and it's great. Like he's dragging his foot. Then we get the printout of the sketch artist. Okay, it could be him.
Yeah,
like that.
Definitely got the hairline.
Yeah,
that's
got the
for
hairline.
sure.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, and then we get that, and it's I'm gonna have to get the full bit. Is literally when I can't can I get it? That's it. And then it's a bit blurry.
This is a great reveal.
The actual steps of he's literally that one moment when he's dragging, and then boom,
Yeah,
and
you
his
just
foot
see it get
goes
into a
straight.
normal
Yeah.
stride.
And he just gets out. Yeah, gets out.
And that's the
being
same
normal.
lighter that you saw from the beginning when
That-
the guys, when we get the actual boat scene at the very, very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, and he drops. Yeah, and also this is where he couldn't use a lighter earlier. Again, just as this, can I have a cigarette? Gives him cigarettes, tries to use a Zippo, can't use it because of his hand, drops it, and the police has to do that. Yeah, and it's gets in with Pete Postlethwaite character, and then they just and like that, he was gone, and it's just
That's a
and
great
I like it.
freeze frame there.
Yeah, that is just the agony. He's like he lost it, and that's it. And I love it because that when it goes and it boom, he was gone, like the devil, like that, and it just ends. And I love it. I just like how it just goes black. It's just like you don't need any more because they leave it that black for that a couple of seconds to make everybody go, oh my, because when you
And just like,
watch
wait,
it-
what? And like piece everything all together for one final time. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You're like, oh, what the things now? I think this is where you do get this. The variations of this story is like you have to remember when you first watched it, and that just that. Oh, that makes so much sense. That when that little Benny's foot just drags and just normal. You're like, oh my, but yeah. And then we'll have to do the reviews of this time because I think most third or second watch or whatever. I think it's second watch for you. But Sandy, have you got your numbers? Yeah.
Is she still here?
We'll wait. She's still there because she just put something in the things. I'm guessing she's waiting. Let's remove that. Stop sharing. Maybe it's me because I was sharing. Let's stop the sharing. That's it.
There we go.
There we go. So I'm gonna have to do this now. Can I do? I can't do it in a Sandy's voice. Sorry, Sandy. I don't know your
I don't know if we
East
even
Coast
want you to
accent.
try to do it in a Sandy voice.
There we go. So released in 1995. We'll go posh. With original screenplay by Christopher McQuarrie.
How do I have a posh accent? How
No, I said I was going to give a posh.
It was
accent.
better
Okay.
than I would prefer that than trying to hear him do a female voice. I
Yeah,
think we're better with
Put
Posh.
it any way you want.
I won't do a Baltimore one. There you go. So there we go. Bryan Singer. Yeah, again, Bryan Singer done a lot of movies, and then as we've previously done, Gabriel Byrne, Kevin Spacey, such and such and such. Yeah, so we got more on the list there. Yeah,
Actually filmed on location too. It looks like both in Los Angeles and New York. Well, I guess some of that was supposed to be San Francisco. Well,
Yeah,
they probably actually did do that in
California.
San Francisco, though, since they were there. So fair enough.
Yeah, it's only mostly it is a couple of points. Budget $6 million. That is cheap. 1995. Oh, and we lost it. Oh, now we're back. So by Sandy's calculations, that's 12 million. So a huge success. 34 million it made in 1995. So that is good. That is a hell of a lot of money, and it was the 78th highest grossing in 1995. That's a shock. That is a shock. And Oscar wins for
honestly.
Yeah, I was like, that's a top movie. So Oscar wins for screenplay and best supporting actor for Kevin Spacey. Best supporting. Okay. And then top films in 1995.
I guess maybe not. I was gonna say I'd almost call him the lead in that movie. To be honest
kind
with you.
of
Supported. I guess it's kind of right on the line. Yeah, I guess I could see you go with Burns, but I mean, you
has
hear
more
more
dialogue.
from, and I
Yeah.
think get more screen time from Spacey. So that's interesting.
I can't because he's won 2, didn't he? What was he? It was the American Beauty one for, didn't he?
I've still never seen that movie.
Okay.
I've still
Okay.
never seen that
That's
one. I was just thinking of it today when I watched this one because I was like, yeah, it's another one everybody always says to watch. I've never seen it.
So Batman Forever. Ooh, I think we've spoken about that movie.
Yeah, that's true. At least it did well at the box office, I guess.
Yeah. Apollo 30. It's Batman, isn't it, though? The third Batman after You Want to Know What's... And Val Kilmer. So you kind of want...
yeah, so this would be the third one removed from Michael Keaton. So it's not like...
So you want to know what...
No, sorry. This would be... George Clooney did one, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
No, did George Clooney do 2 or 1? George Clooney did 1, right?
Batman and Robin. That's it.
Yeah, he just did... But that one was...
After,
oh,
number
God,
4.
I'm
So Val Kilmer just did one done, then...
God,
then
yeah,
Batman
sorry.
and Robin.
I'm getting them confused. This is Batman Forever. I'm thinking of the wrong movies.
People, go back and Jay to watch our Batman
God,
reviews.
it's been... seriously. I always get those ones confused.
One of Sandy's favourite movies, Apollo 13. Oh, we have 2 Tom Hanks in, and Toy Story, Pocahontas, and Ace Ventura. So they were the top ones. There you go. I'm surprised. 78 though. 78. That is that is a surprise. Well, don't know. Yeah, because I think like just by the 34 million, it's there. So shall I go first, and then we go around the room. Let me go around the room, and then we can. Sandy's giving us some notes. I'm going to take it at two stance. I as I said, is watching the movie the first time. That reveal is mind blowing. I mean, mind blowing. You sit there because the movie setup and the heist and like that, it's all really well done, and you have the dialogue, the interaction with the cops and verbal is great because you just like, oh, I'm just getting the story, and then you get this kind of and then you get really quite early on is who's this Kaiser Soze, like that, still a mystery to everybody, and then they do it in such a way that you believe the cops that it's Keaton, and I love that. And then when you get that reveal, it makes sense, and they do it so well. It's like, I've been looking at all the information I've been giving you, and he's been playing a game. So when you get then Verbal's reveal as Kaiser Soze, it makes sense. And then you kind of get the cop just looking at every little piece of the bulletin board of all the information he's given it, because he's been looking at him when he's just been going, I'm just making up a story. You've just listened to my story. It's like that. So so you've got really in the movie, what is clever is the New York bit is real, just like them getting together, and then you got the LA bit is completely made up. Completely, every bit on there, like except for them getting to LA, but everything from Redfoot to everybody else is just taken off that board. That's it. So the journey to LA is being made up, absolutely made up. And then he goes enjoying how much of it from the New York, except for them getting together from that police lineup, is everything else is just made up. It's just been absolutely fabricated from verbal Kaiser Soze's head. And yeah, that the real is absolutely brilliant. Like, it's one of those ones where you go, oh, that's clever. That is clever, because it led you there. Is the only person you don't think it is going to be is the person, and they do it like Kevin Spacey's acting in it. You can see why probably one of the actors an Oscar, because it's so well written from his acting point of view that you can believe it's not going to be this one person. All the other ones you could actually go by even McManus over him, like being, Kaiser Soze, or Pete Postlethwaite character being him, and he's playing them all up. But the only person it couldn't be is the person telling the story. So that I'm going to give it 2 scores here. So I'm going to probably meet in the middle, probably like that, because I think when I first watch it, it's a clear 8 because it's so mind-blowingly that is what it's a shocking. On a rewatch, I'm going to drop it down to a 7. So I'm going to go like 7.5, 7, like that, only because I think it's one of these movies. It's once you watch it, it's better in your head than watching it again and having the feel of like, I know how it's coming. The rewatch this time, it's not as good as I remember it in my head. and that if that makes sense. And I think it's because
it does.
you remember the shock, and you remember how when you first watched it, and then that moment with that. Yeah, it's the reveal is so clever. Just that simple. Walking, you've got the guys panicking going to that, and then just Verbal's dialogue over the top of that, of him still being verbal, but you're watching Kaiser's the reveal of Kaiser Sose. It's clever and it makes sense when you go back to it. Even in now, yeah, you don't see it all, but you don't need to see the reveal moments because it's there. It's there in front of you all throughout the movie. So I think it's great. So yeah, I'd give it for first watch 8 because I liked it, but then yeah, second watch a 7 because it's just that reveal. It's you just know what you're getting onto. So yeah, the rest of it, it's a very simple. Like the rest of the lead up is very simple. It's just that it's the build up between the stories because you've got really 3 different, I suppose, arc stories into it, and then just the main one is just right at the end that you don't expect. So for that, I really thoroughly enjoy it. It's a great first watch. If you've not watched, if you're watching this and you've watched it and you haven't watched it, oh, we're very sorry. But yeah, it's
we warned you.
We warned you. But yeah, for the first time watch, it's one of those ones that is like cinema. It's like, oh, that's clever. And I think we've said that about other mystery ones where you're like, that's pointless. That was never there. It would be like all of a sudden Kaiser Sose was somebody completely different that you never seen in the movie, or it was the guy, the translator. We get ones like that. The guy who was translating ended up being Kaiser Sose. It wasn't there. It wasn't expected because it was so stupid. But this one, it's the main character kind of who's giving you the story is the story. So yeah, for that, I thoroughly recommend it. You know, even like, yeah, it's one of those ones, watch it, get shocked, then I don't think you need to go back. It's not one of those ones that you need to go back yearly to watch it, and I don't, because it's not got the where were they, where were the hidden bits, because it's all in front of you throughout the movie in one little room. So for that, yeah, I think it's one of those where I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't need to go back and rewatch it, and that's the only downside of it. That's why I would drop it.
I think you can make the argument that it almost benefits the movie to not rewatch it right away and to give yourself a good solid chunk of time before rewatching it again, because that was my experience with it. And I agree, it's one that like I will want to rewatch again at some point, but yeah, not immediately right away.
Yeah. Do you want to?
I guess. I guess actually, I'll just. Oh, so well. Let me do Sandy's first, and then I'll just wrap it up with mine. Okay, we did get a very well-written review from Sandy, which I'll go over now. So these are Sandy's words on her take.
Are you going to do it now in a female voice?
No, I'm just going to go straight normal voice. I'm going to go with my video voice, so it may have a little less Boston accent with it. So we'll see if I can do the speech right here. So this is Sandy's review of The Usual Suspects. The first time I saw The Usual Suspects, I immediately watched it again. This film uses the device of the unreliable narrator brilliantly. We have to remind ourselves after learning the twist that most of what we just watched probably didn't happen. The few events that were true, such as New York's finest taxi service, served to further the intricate plan of the villain, who may or may not be called Kaiser Soze. Very good writing and excellent performances from Kevin Spacey, Kevin Pollak, Giancarlo Esposito, Pete Postlethwaite, and surprisingly Stephen Baldwin, Gabriel Byrne's on-again, off-again Irish accent is a bit distracting, as was Chaz Palminteri's entire performance. But overall, however, it's a great film that continues to fuel conversations about what really happened and whether or not verbal or anyone actually was Kaiser Soze. I give this film a strong 7 and a recommendation to watch and rewatch. And I think that was very well written, very well said, and I agree. And I guess I'll just wrap into mine because it looks like Stacey is also a bit busy.
No, go straight to yours.
So I'll go straight into mine, which honestly, not to kind of rehash everything everybody already just said there, but I agree. I think those are 2 really spot on reviews of this movie. I think I mean, honestly, the fundamentals are all good, so I won't do too much time on that. The acting's really good across the board. I do actually agree with Sandy on both points. Something about Chaz Palminteri's character in this, or his acting in this, as well as that on-again, off-again Irish accent from Gabriel Byrne, probably are the two weak spots in the acting. And I actually like Chaz a bit in some other movies. So something about him, I don't know, he was just kind of playing the cop ready to solve the case just a little too overboard for me or something. I couldn't really feel his character. It didn't feel legitimate. But everyone else, the acting I think is, fantastic. It's great across the board. I think the writing's pretty good, really good. I think what surprised me this watch, and this is kind of alluding to what you pointed out, Stasis, where in my mind, this was such a solid 8, and I was even wondering if I might go a little higher because I think the overall shock factor you get from that reveal is just, it's like a 10 out of 10. That's probably one of my favorite plot twists in cinema. So I think that is like the main thing you really, and then of course the good performances to great performances from a lot of these actors. Those are the things that I think stand out when you haven't watched the movie in a while. But rewatching it this time, I did notice a little bit of cliche stuff for that era of 90s kind of crime movies. Some kind of cliche and honestly even a little bit cringe dialogue. Like some of the lines coming out of McManus, Stephen Baldwin's character, were also very like 90s action. Like I got to get a badass kind of line in here type of thing. So some of that was a little bit, cringe or a little bit cliche. That was like, oh, okay, that's a little rougher than I remembered it. I do think the pacing even moves a little bit fast. It's a short movie. It's like an hour 45 or something like that.
I always thought it was longer. I must say.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I was kind of surprised at how quickly they were moving along. It was almost a little bit too rushed in some of the pacing. Like some of it just got unfortunately edited out. I don't think it's edited in a way that you look at it and say, like, oh, that's poor editing job. I really need those, 20 minutes they cut out. But I do wish it just flowed a little bit better. It does feel like it has a bit of a rushed pace, especially when you're going from like them meeting up in the jail to then automatically doing the New York taxi service thing and then to LA. Like it just really keeps moving. And I get it. It's a guy kind of telling a story. So it's going to move a little bit quicker than, I guess that's part of it. You got to remember the movie is the story of another person, not just how, like, obviously all movies are stories, but those are stories meant to be told in depth, fully fleshed out as a story itself. This is a story within a story. So it's a story being told that really is about a different story going on with the whole movie, which is just who is Kaiser Sose. So obviously it's going to move a little bit quicker, but you do just feel like, I don't know, at least I feel like there's a little bit of rush pacing in the way that the story's told there in the middle. But outside of that, that was it. Those are just kind of the few things that surprised me when I went back to watch it this time, because it's probably been a good 10, 15 years since I've seen this. And I think that amount of time, like, I don't think you have to wait 10, 15 years, maybe, a lot less, but it did do me a great service in my ability to really enjoy this again, even though I already know what the twist is. So I do think putting time between watches is a good thing for this one. But yeah, those were some of the things that coming back to it now I was surprised, because in my memory, I'm like, this is a solid 8, possibly better. And I actually also end up on a 7. I give it a strong 7. I think that's where the rewatch has me now that the shock is kind of over with. Again, for all the reasons you guys said, for all the ones I just kind of went over again, strong recommend, definitely for a first watch. I hope we didn't ruin it for you as a first watch if you haven't seen it yet. And definitely a recommend for a rewatch. Just you determine for yourself how much time you got to put in between those.
There we go. We just pulled the 7s out.
777.
7. There we go. I think it's one of those movies because it is like they don't have so much. It's a story. The storyteller is the story. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm going to say like an Agatha Christie or something like that, or like Poirot, where you kind of can rewatch it just because you're going to have like a little bit the bit of fun information. You're having a fun story that like death on the River Nile or something like that, whereas it's like a fun story, it's like a mystery fun story, where this is because it's so compact into what the kind of the areas of the main story is that you don't follow one lead, whereas that you always follow the investigator. This one is, of course, you're seeing it from the viewpoint of the actual criminal, so it's a slightly different aspect of it, but it's all about it's the reveal at the end of it.
And it's really clever too, because I mean, essentially the movie we get is all because like they kind of play on the idea of how sometimes when somebody wants something to be true, they'll do anything to make it true in their mind because they want this to be the answer. So I'm going to put the pieces together until I make sure that's the answer. And that's kind of what you see with this cop, because he wants to know. I mean, granted, there is something that Verbal's character is hiding from authorities, and that's the fact that he is Kaiser Sose. But in terms of like the story, this cop just believes so strongly that there's a part of this story he's missing because he wants Gabriel Byrne's character to be the one that goes down for it. With the ex-cop, the ex-dirty cop thing, you feel like there's that bit of tension there where he really and even the kind of the way he approaches him in the arrest scene at the restaurant in the beginning, you can tell there's a little bit of like, oh, I got this. Yeah, I got him this time. Like, there's a little bit of that. So he wants it to be this story about Gabriel Byrne's character, whose name, again, is slipping my mind.
Keaton.
He wants it to be about Keaton so badly that he tells him he's badgering Verbal, saying like, something, like, what is it? What aren't you telling us? I know I'm smarter than you. I'll get it out of you. And that's when on the spot, Verbal's character, or as we know at the end, or think at the end, at least Kaiser Sose, then he just off the cuff just mentions, oh yeah, well, there was the lawyer. And that sparks the whole movie that we watch, essentially, is about this story that never happened. And he makes up the lawyer because Kobayashi's not his lawyer. It's the guy who works for him. So whatever his name even is, because it's not Kobayashi either. Yeah. But the whole thing is just made up off the cuff, like out of nowhere, because he's like, you want a story? Fine. All right. I'll give you but he's like, and then it kind of makes you appreciate the criminal mastermind that he is, because he could have left at any point. Like you said, the bond or bail, whatever they call it in the movie, was posted an hour ago. He's free to go. He's got all this immunity or whatever. So he's at this point just like it's a lion playing with his food. Like he knows, oh, you think you're smarter than me? All right, well, let's just for the sake of sport, I'm going to take you down this road for no reason at all. Yeah. So he spins this whole web of lies. That's this story we're meant to believe that takes up the majority of this movie, and it's all fake. It's all made up, and really is just an insignificant lie being told that the Verbal character doesn't even have to do. He just does because he's that much smarter. And I kind of love that about like I love the idea that the whole story in this is just a made up story within a made up story. I don't know. I find it to just be clever, and it's always impressed me to this day.
That's it. Yeah. It's very, that's what I say. Sandy put up that the screenwriter won the Oscar. No wonder, because it is clever writing.
It is.
Like,
well, and to have
that section of like, no, the actual thing you're watching never actually happened.
None of it.
Well, and then to have the moment, was it actually Kaiser Sose?
Right.
Like,
and even that, like, we really don't know. Right.
No.
We really don't. None of it. We really don't know any of it. And even just that part where the cop's like, no, we've got it. It was Keaton, this whole, and he goes off of this whole thing is it's Keaton, to the point where Kevin Spacey's character is faking crying. And it's like, again, you got to appreciate the genius of like responding so well. Like he's still just feeding him this whole time. Like he got the response he wanted. He got the cop to believe it's Keaton, and I said like essentially got him to create his own fake story as to how all this fake story was Keaton. So like the brilliance and cleverness within all that mind games, I think, is just what it's also a like big part of what stands out in this movie.
Delivered, and I think we've said that is like when you first get Pete Postlethwaite's character and he's called Kobayashi, you're like,
wait, what?
But it makes sense. They put him the cast in there. I think if it was like an Asian person, it would just be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Well, and right, and like
it's cleverer. It's like, oh,
and that's the stuff that if you're watching it the first time, you're like, well, that's silly. That's a little goofy. Yeah. Like the two shots from Stephen Baldwin's character, like. Now we're pretty sure that this, again, that happened in LA. This was fake. Yeah. This was all fake. Like, so that's why by the end of it, you're like, okay, it all makes sense that those bits of writing and bits of action seemed silly or goofy because it was all just lies.
It was up in the stakes of the game. Like that Redford didn't exist.
Right.
So that
None
whole
of it.
area, he was that whole shot, and I shot the guy. It was just made up. It was to like, just to fantasize it to the police of this whole thing of him then probably realizing they want Keaton.
Right.
They want to have that. So he's just fabricating it all up to make you believe what you already believe. And I don't have to even like it. I just need to.
No matter what I say, no matter what story, you're going to end up with the conclusion you're already at. So let's just play this game. And like, again, it's a lion just toying with its food and for the sheer sake of it, which again, it's just, and even when I talk about those parts of it now, I almost want to boost my score back up to an 8 because I do think it's so well done.
In your head, it does.
That's the problem with this kind of disconnect on the score for me with this one is in your mind when you're reviewing, like not even reviewing it and just replaying it and the way the story plays out and just the wow factor of it. You want to give it an 8, but then when you actually watch it, it does feel like it just settles in it like a 7.
That's it. Yeah, it's rethinking.
Yes, agreed, Sandy. It absolutely is.
Yeah, it is. I remember Jade, like she's a girlfriend. She was like, "Oh, it's 8 or 9, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it possibly is." And then it's in my head, it isn't. It's a solid 8, and I think that's because that first time watching, it is an 8. I say the story doesn't let you down.
No, not at all.
It's just that, I know, and like you want.
You just wish you could do it again.
Yes, you want to kind of have that moment again. You go, oh my, what did I just watch? That's amazing. How clever is that? But because you don't feel it, it's not the same. It's like, I suppose, like what I think Kevin Spacey did it the same year or the year before, 7.
Yes.
Like the unreveal with the box.
And God, it's unbelievable.
It's like when he comes out and he's like,
"Oh, my stomach like dropped." I'll never forget watching it. I think I might be the one who put that on our list because I love that. Again, that is it's haunting. It's an unbelievable.
And it's just great. But like when
haunting.
you rewatch it, you're like, it doesn't have that same impact as it had the first time. And that's
it's one of those ones that was nice to show or to be able to watch with somebody who's never watched it for the first time, so you can kind of get their experience of that, which is not like my wife's never seen it, so. We watched it this morning and she got to experience it, which was cool. It was actually funny. She, when he got to the part where the cop, Kuyan was essentially saying that it was all Keaton, she was like, no way. Like she couldn't believe it. And then she just
couldn't say it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
it does. It pieces it all in your head together. It was Keaton. I do think it would be. Yeah.
It leads you exactly where it wants to. And then just like off the cuff, she goes, just kidding. She's like, oh, imagine if it was actually him, though, talking about Kevin Spacey's character, Verbal. But she said it entirely kidding. She was like, oh, imagine if it was actually turns out it was him, though. Totally off the cuff. And then like 5 minutes later, she finds out it was him. She's like, I knew it. I'm like, no, you didn't. You were just making a joke. But it was funny. It was fun to watch her watch it for the first time. Because she was surprised like we all were. It's because you do buy it. Because again, it's you want to believe. They play on that a little bit. The idea of people wanting to put nice little bows on mysteries so that they can say it's no longer a mystery and it's no longer anything we have to think about or bother thinking about. I think the audience likes that too when it comes to a movie. Not every audience likes to wonder, well, what was the end of that? So they play on that aspect, I think, really well in this.
But I think they do it when they appreciate the audience doesn't. A lot of these, what you get, the audience is dumb, so we need to spell it out. They need to do a Scooby-Doo moment. Just having that subtle reveal at the end, and then you go, oh, and then instantly goes to black.
And it's the feet. It's still even as like the picture comes in, all of it. Like again, because I remembered it myself as well, being like it was the walk. And then when I was watching it this time, though, I was like, but did I really only figure out at the walk, or did I realize it when the facts came through, or when he was starting to chase after the Verbal character? Like, did I notice it a little bit earlier and the walk was just iconic? But watching it with my wife today, like all those pieces were coming through, and it's like your brain's still processing it because it's like, but wait, I thought we just wrapped up all the mystery in this. So like as those pieces are coming through, I don't think you're really realizing the mystery's still going on. And then when you see that walking pace straighten out, you're just like, holy shit, it's him. And I do think that they play it off with that so well. It's iconic.
Because he's still doing the story. He's still saying about who in the third, I suppose if you want to call it like, he actually Kaiser Soze, he's still talking to it like in the third person through what's just happened. So when you have the straighten up of the walk, you're just like,
that's like, and it's just such a really, really good way to get that reveal over.
It is, because it's like 30 seconds after that, the movie's done. Less than that. 10 seconds.
Pretty much.
And it's just, it puts you in a state of like I'm guessing a lot of people, I didn't see it at the cinema, a bit too young. I did a Jade.
There you go. Finally, there had to be one movie.
I'm too young. But when you get people in cinema, I would have just gone, oh, just what? Like, I need to talk to somebody,
right?
Because it just goes straight to black. Being in the cinema and then just having that 10 seconds to process everything, and then the credits are rolling. It must have been great for people seeing it. And I understand, 5 times its budget, so 5-6 times its budget. So it's one there. I think it's one of those ones for a mystery one. It's always, let's say, there's ones up there you always recommend. This is one of the top. I would say people are going to top 5 recommend just because of the reveal. It gives you like that. You want to watch a mystery one? You've never seen it? Watch this. And it's the acting is what it is. It's good. It doesn't have to be great, except for the verbal character, because everybody else is just it's a chessboard. It's just what he's making up as it goes along and cheating. Yeah, it's great. It's things, but highly recommend. So Sandy, I think it was yours, but I think maybe it was yours. So thank you very much for putting that on there. Yes, because it's one of those ones. Your brain. I'd liked it going. Oh, I remember it. Yeah. So that was good. That was good. Yeah. So I think it's one of those ones. I think you're gonna. What we've had before, you have more fun talking about the what if, the if bite. Is it real? Was it real? What was it not? Could it have been? Things like, I think that is the best thing about these kind of movies. You can talk to people and go, but did you see this bit? Oh, I forgot about that, but that could have led to that. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And then and it goes, but was he actually was he actually Kaiser Soze, or was he just a good con artist? You never know, But Kaiser Soze could have been Peter Potter's character, because we know his name's not Kobayashi. Who was he? It could have been him. You never know, so that is good. That is always good. Now, Jay, did you know what your next movie is?
I did not. I actually did not remember to go check the end of the stream last week, so I don't even know what it is.
There we go.
It was a long week for me.
A really ill one. So
between being sick and all that, it was not a fun one.
Yeah, it's not a Western. Daryl.
Oh, still not a Western, huh?
Not a Western, no. Well, we're going to the Eastern Front, I'm guessing. So we're going to Battle of War, but we're going to 1968. Now, this one, you two have the complete permission to take the absolute piss out of the British, because I will be doing it as well. This is a movie where the British cock up massively, and it's a film about that. So I'm gonna put it on, and I'm guessing you've not seen it, but there is a poem, and Sandy can't do the poem, but Sandy will put part of the poem in chat things. But it's another war one. It's one of mine, but it's a more of a talking point of. What would you have done moment as well. So let's put it on and let's see if you've seen it.
On a day of confusion, disorder, and defeat, in one brilliant moment of madness, the 600 officers and men of the British Light Cavalry faced the entire Russian army. This was the age of pageantry and splendor, when soldiers dreamt of glory and war was a glamorous game. It was a time of arrogance and power, of regiments resplendent on parade, and the richest and proudest of them all was the symbol of the British Empire, the heroic Light Brigade.
Through the gates and over the walls of Sebastopol. Will you join me? We'd not get up the slopes, Russell. I would. He would. But he would be alone. Yes, alone. Death loves a crowd. Watch how death will pick out the crowds.
The very, very rich, the ruling class, and the poor. The righteous who opposed the war, and the zealous who demanded it. Trevor Howard as Lord Cardigan, John Gielgud as Lord Raglan, Jill Bennett as Mrs. Jubilee, Harry Andrews as Lord Lucan, Vanessa Redgrave as Clarissa, and David Hemmings as Captain Nolan. The men who came to fight and die, and those who came to watch.
Attack, sir! Attack, attack, attack! Attack what? Attack where? Guns, Mr. Nolan!
On a day of confusion, disorder, and defeat, In one brilliant moment of madness, the 600 officers and men of the British Light Cavalry charged the entire Russian army. That grand, heroic moment, the charge of the Light Brigade.
I'm guessing you've not seen it.
No, never.
Now, I love that because that trailer is set for one little section, really section. That's the end of the movie. Literally, the rest of it you don't see. It's very much a prim and proper of the British way. That was, you know, the lords and the ladies incorrectly doing stuff, and then you have a romance. Really quite a big with Vanessa Redgrave. That's her first. She's first time we've seen her, and then you get into the battle with the Crimea War. That Sandy says, so I'll go things like that is not taught in your schools. So let's see, so we very much doubt it's hardly taught in our schools anymore. But it's one where I think it's obvious. There's a big cock up by the British, a major one. So yeah, was it? Cannons to the left of me, cannons to the right, cannons in front of me. Hell with this, I'm out here. Yeah, it's a tragic story of idiots. Let's say that of not just. I'm guessing it's think of its actual true life story of the absolutely absurdity of stupidity of an officer getting something wrong, but because he's so high ranking, we will do it anyway. There's a poem that Sandy, once her voice comes back, is going to read out the full poem. But it's a good. So except that we do learn that Victoria Cross comes from the cannons from the war and Florence Nightingale. There you go. That's it. But apart from that, it's a good one. It's gonna be a talking point of more. What would you have done? What would you have done? So it's another one. But we both said we don't want a war one, and the war one came out. So I don't know what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna say it every time. Daryl, I'm really hoping that we get a Western. Literally, I think the will is gonna take the piss. Is like, nope, not having it. Not having it. You want a Western? We're not having a Western. Jay, what do you fancy? I fancy a comedy. I fancy something like a bit more light-hearted. I think we haven't had since me, myself, and Irene that me and Sandy didn't like.
Yeah, I don't know if that one counts as a comedy for you guys. I'll go on the Western bandwagon. Let's get a Western for Daryl.
You're gonna go for that. Yeah, there we go. Sandy, what do you fancy? She's got Tombstone. I don't need Tombstone on there. Come on the Western. There we go. Should we just go for it? Let's go for it. Fingers crossed for Daryl. I think it's like episode 10 that he's asked for a Western because it was way before Christmas. He was like, "Come on, I just want one Western." But let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingers crossed for Daryl.
This is it, Daryl. This is going to be the one.
Oh no!
No, okay. It's not going to be the one. Not even close. Good choice, though. Good choice.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen this for a while.
I just watched this
a
couple years ago.
Let's get the
rewatch of it. But yeah, I think my most recent one was probably like 2023.
So we haven't had many 80s ones, have we? Like movies that come.
No, I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
And this would actually be classed, really, with this low budget B movie, kind of, really, isn't it? Like until you got to Judgment Day, Terminator 2. It's things. Let's get a good.
This will be our first Arnold. I think our first Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, and our first definitely. What's his name? Michael Biehn, because he's in Aliens, isn't he? But I don't think we've got Alien. We must have Aliens as well.
I'm not sure.
I think we got both. Oh, we must have both. That's okay. Why is it not letting me unmute this? Sorry, something's just gone wrong. There we go. Oh, 2 seconds. Got something wrong with my. Right, let me just refresh that. Can't get this. Let me refresh. We do not have Aliens, but should we add it? Yes, we should add it. I think we need to. Like, I think they're so different. It's like Terminator 2 is different. It's like that. Sorry, I've got a little bit of it. Got a Google issue. Let's go to something else. Let's have a look. Terminator. I'm trying to get the trailer. Oh, that do. That's all I get in my mind now. Do. Sarah Connor, yes. That was my best female one.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get a whole speech worth of that.
Here we go. The Terminator.
In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other. This weapon will be powerful, versatile, and indestructible. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to return to the present and prevent the future. This weapon will be called the Terminator.
You're dead, honey.
What day is it? The date? 12th May, Thursday. What year? I'm here to help you. I'm Reese, DN 38416, assigned to protect you. You've been targeted for termination.
Why does it want me? Why me?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. Your future is in its hands.
That was it's one of those ones where it's an absolute awful trailer. You're like,
but
I don't get that.
It's one of those ones. It's like so ugly, it's cute type of thing. It's like it's so horribly 80s that it's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I probably wouldn't want to go and see it. It doesn't give anything like that. Without that like kind of music is like that. It doesn't give that. Yeah, and not having Arnie speak, it's like just having. Yeah,
usually the best kind of roles you can give them.
Yeah, but look at that. You're like, I'll be back. You know, you're like
That's all you
iconic
need.
now, but you don't get that in the movie trailer because they were like, it's just a throwaway line,
Right,
and then
right.
everybody then just said it. It's like, yeah, it's a good. But I still want to see the O.J. Simpson version. I must say, because I know like how they thought O.J. Simpson was going to be the Terminator. I just think that is.
Oh, was that it?
hilarious.
Was that an original casting?
That was the
for
original
it?
thing. Original
Wow.
was Arnie went for the Michael Biehn character, Reese. And then OJ was going to be the Terminator.
No kidding.
That's
Wow.
some weird. That's
In some alternate universe somewhere that happened.
I want to see it. There's got to be. This is the thing is that like everybody complains about AI, but I want to see that alternative movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to do now, I'm
really
sure.
want to see it. Yeah, like a couple of years we can see this weird hashed like all the alternative castings and like that. It's just like who was up for it? You know, was it like Robert De Niro up as Han Solo. It's just like I want to see that.
Tom Cruise for Iron Man was always an interesting one.
Yeah, it's just I kind of just want to see it.
That would be interesting for sure.
Clothes, give me to me now. And this is Bill Paxman. He's in it, isn't he? Is he in this one? Or is he in the next one?
I thought 2, right?
No, 1. He's in 1 because he's one of the punks, isn't he? So this is.
He? God, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I just watched it.
Because the second one, he goes into the bar, doesn't he, naked, and then he gets off the bikers. This one, there's a bunch of like punks.
Well, I thought the bikers was the first one.
No, this is the first. No, the second one's the bikers.
Is it?
Chat,
oh God, I'm getting super confused. Yeah, I gotta.
Second one's the bikers because he goes.
I watched them both back to back. My last rewatch.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did.
So it tends to just feel like a big blur. I gotta get them separated.
There we go. So a good. Yeah, there we go. A bit of a fun action movie, I suppose, like that. It's a bit of a different one.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this has got to be. I can't. What 80s ones? We've not had many 80s, I don't think. Well, I'm gonna have to look. I don't think
I'd have to look.
Like Princess Bride, is that 89 or something?
That was 80s, I believe.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of 70s. So we got it's good, but still, ain't a western.
Yeah, not quite. We'll get there one day, Daryl.
Yeah, that's it. Goonies. There we go. Goonies. Oh, Goonies, Critters. Yeah, they've been.
Oh yeah, Critters. Yeah, that was one.
That you were like, that's a movie.
Yeah, that was something. That was definitely something.
Oh, there we go. Oh, but yeah, that's a good Arnie one. A good one for Arnie first of all, because it's not like you ever seen he's Hercules, isn't it? Hercules in New York, is it? I think. You ever seen that?
No.
When he got it's I think it's his first ever feature movie, and he's still really bad at English. So he's trying to give English dialogue, and it's just like really low budget. But this was like one of the first like the high budgets. Must be after Conan, or I'm guessing. There's Conan first, and like that, because he's still ripped in this, isn't he? Then you like this really like Conan was still low budget, like Conan the Barbarian, and then you had this and Conan the Destroyer at the same time, and then this blew up his career, didn't it? This made him like the superstar, and then him and
Sly.
Yeah, out of things, it was just compete. And I always find it funny, like even some of them, like there's movies that they didn't want to do, but they said they were like, is it I Throw Mama Off the Train?
I've never seen it.
It's a terrible movie. It's a Sly one. But they first approached Arnie for it. He said, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to say I want to do it because I know Sly knows I want to do some comedy. The script was so bad, and then because Sly knew Arnie wanted to do it, he apparently underbid his wage, like his salary.
Oh, no kidding!
To get it, and it was apparently a thing they were doing. It was like so they played off each other, like who didn't want to do it and who wanted to do it. Yeah, it's I think that's quite a funny little things between them two. They had this. Well, the rivalry is like, I don't want to do that. Oh, they might want to do it. Yeah. So, but it's a good one. It's a good one. That's it. Who put this on? Who put it on? Oh,
not me. I like Terminator, but I'll be honest, I'm not as huge a Terminator fan as others, so it wouldn't have been me. But I do like the movie.
Yeah,
for sure. For sure.
All right, it's the Terminator, so we have to go to the.
Yeah, I've always liked it, but I've never been like a massive Terminator fan. So I would imagine it was you, Sandy.
Where is it? Is it just Terminator or the Terminator? It's just Terminator, isn't it?
I thought it was just Terminator, but
I can't find it on the list. Am I going mad? Did we just put something on the list that wasn't on the list? Imagine that.
Well, I'm sure it had to be on there. Maybe it was the
Terminator. I was just trying to find. Sandy's going to find it for. Oh God, I've just deleted one. What did I just delete? Sorry. The Terminator. I can't let me find it.
Oh, sorry, I'm just looking here myself.
This is on it. Well, there you go. It's not. How is it not? This is weird. I can't find it on the list. And it got accidentally deleted. Dum dum dum. Well, we'll never know.
We don't have it. Weird.
How weird. How weird. Oh no, there you go. Terminator. It's on there.
Oh, I'm in the thus. I should have.
It's just Terminator. Where is it? There we go. It was up by. Oh, apparently you, Jay.
Really?
There you go. You put it as you. Yeah. There we go. Dum dum. Yeah.
How did that happen? Oh, maybe I had just rewatched it. I did rewatch it like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. So maybe I had rewatched it at the time of making this list.
There you go. So you wouldn't put it up,
That's
but you put it up. There you go. I'm just going to change it.
I wouldn't have thought I would have put it on there, but apparently I did.
There you go. I think we even put it wrong. It was Terminator. We greened it because we all recommended it. There we go. So it's one of our highly recommended. I think we all highly would recommend it. I think there's ones out there. And sci-fi, a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of time travel done correctly in certain places. It's a good one. It's a good one. So there you go. We got now again. Film Club goes in a weird way. The Usual Suspects. Then
I think it was your pick, Stasis. If I'm looking at this correct.
No, mine's the first one. Your second time. Well, maybe it was.
Yeah, I think I got you as the, if I'm reading it right, where it says pick is the Y for yes. I believe it's your pick.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm looking at Terminator now. My column's empty on it. I was going to say, there's no, well, unless I'm still looking at this wrong. I don't know. Regardless, it's on there. Who cares?
Yeah, because I'm column C, you're column F.
Sorry, I thought mine was column I, so that's Sandy's pick. I thought it was my name and then the rating and then my pick. Gotcha.
No,
okay, so I was just looking at it wrong. Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Well, we would have done it.
I'm just really surprised it was mine.
It's you, Jay. It's you.
Fair enough.
There we go. Daryl, do you like the Terminator? Sorry again, we couldn't get you a Western, but there we go, Mike. You might like the Terminator. But Jay, what you got coming up? Have you got any good movies, good picks, anything good? You gonna watch the new Star Trek thing?
No, definitely not. I don't know. Honestly, I really wish I had an answer. Life's just kind of crazy busy right now coming out of the holidays. So hopefully it settles down again. I've got a bunch of shorts. I've been just kind of pre-making shorts to have those come out kind of throughout the weekdays. So definitely keep an eye out for those. There was a new Matt Damon and Ben Affleck movie I was going to watch. I think it's on Netflix.
Rip.
Yeah, The Rip. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
I was going to watch that, probably review it. So keep an eye out for that. And then I was actually thinking about doing another video on something with Power World and Pokemon, because they seem to be continuing their little rivalry. This week, Power World announced they're going to do a trading card game. So I was thinking about doing a little video just kind of talking about the little back and forth those two companies have had going on, because I find it to be hilarious. I like Nintendo and Pokemon, but I find them to be incredibly petty when it comes to legal stuff, and the way they went after Power World, I always just thought was such a bad look for them. So I find it funny
because they didn't think of the game, and somebody else.
Yeah, because somebody essentially made a better Pokemon game than they've been able to make, and they got all pissy about it and sued them. And Power World basically was like, "I don't care. We're going to keep doing it." So I've found the whole thing to be pretty funny, and they just kind of had another page unfold in that story this week. So I might do something with that too. So keep an eye out for maybe those two videos.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna get started watching a movie. I want to watch that new Dracula, with Luc Besson. I know it's got a weird one. It's really weird because it's going to come out on. It's coming out. It's either out on limited like Amazon or whatever. You have to pay for it, but then it's coming out in the cinema.
I don't think I've even seen the trailer for it.
It's really weird. Yeah, it's a Luc Besson Dracula movie. It looks actually quite good. It's like more about the love story. And the Bram Stoker side of it looks actually quite good. And then otherwise, I was going to watch The Rip. I've still got to draw myself into watching. I will watch that Star Trek Academy. I will do. God
bless you.
Is it as bad as Star Trek Discovery? And that's it. But the worst thing is, I was going to watch it. We had date night, and I was like, oh. Really tired when I was like,
so you were saved by date night then.
yeah and we had that, and then we got late, and I was like, got back, and I was like, oh should I do it really late? And I was like, flicked it like onto Paramount, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch the the Next Generation. So I started the Next Generation again. It's like, at least
there's not enough time in life sometimes for some of these crappy things over good things.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't do it to myself. I was just like, do I just want to watch crap for watching crap? But I will do it. That's it. But I'm having so much fun at the moment doing those shorts. Have you seen them?
Yeah, those are awesome, by the way. Yeah, the make a movie ones. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, but like it's funny because like some of them are like people might think I'm cheating, like doing just the wheel. I'm like one of them.
Well, the Hugh Jackman one, I was like, no kidding. Comes up with like a superhero.
That was
like,
weird.
No kidding.
I was like, oh, Hugh Jackman romance, and then it came out, and then it just played out. I was like, get lost.
That was
it. Yeah, and I was like, that's funny. So I just played into that. I was like, that's funny. But yeah, I'm kind of just enjoying doing them. It's like that. So that's a little bit of fun, and they got a little bit of traction. So like, I'll keep doing it. Just a little bit of fun. I'm like doing a little bit more Photoshop skills and AI skills, and then doing the music as well, like that.
So same here. Actually, I've been doing some new shorts this week that have been kind of like. Some of the old game, like this week I did it with Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay. I was created essentially this background that looks like an old school living room, like from the 90s, how you'd have the old TVs and all that. And I've been placing the gameplay into the TV screen, and it's gotten great response from people. A bunch of great comments. I've gotten like, I think 15 subs or something this week just off of the shorts. Been blowing my mind, the response to them. So I'm going to keep going with those because people seem to really be liking it.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, a little bit of testing AI skills and all that.
Yeah, exactly. I keep on doing it. I'm like, oh, I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Same here. Like I'm learning something. This is cool.
Yeah, it's like, God, you can do creative and learn at the same time. It's great.
It's one of those things where, like, I know, and I won't get into a big AI conversation. I know people don't like it, and some people do, some people don't. I get it. It's polarizing. Welcome to 2026.
You have to embrace it, I think, now.
But like, if you have a creative mind, but not a creative skill set, which is something I have no shame saying that I feel like that's what I have, is I have creative thoughts in my mind. I just don't have the artistic ability to kind of always get them onto page or screen or whatever it is. It's a super helpful tool in helping with that. So, I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion on it, and feel free to, but I'm finding it to be a really helpful tool for somebody who's got creative ideas, but not so much creative or artistic ability. So, hey, call it what you want, but I have found a good use for it, and I'm going to continue to try to find a way to use a tool that's not going anywhere anytime soon. So.
But also, because a lot of it is free, limited, I suppose, like that free, is for 20 years ago, how much money you have to be paying to do
you know what I mean?
Even like logos and stuff like
that.
Like
right. My Nerd Takes logo came from that. And it's like, and a lot of people are like, oh, you can pay somebody to do it. Like, well, are you going to pay somebody to do it for me? Because what if I don't have the money to spend on having overlays and all these digital things done for my YouTube channel? Like, I'm a solo act here, man. It's not just about paying people.
But the thing is, like, people forget, it's not you just going, create me a logo, Nerd Takes us, for example.
No,
I want it like this.
God,
and I want it like this. And
I must have gone through, oh my God, like at least 1,000 attempts of trying to get the exact logo you're looking at now. I literally at least 1,000 attempts of like, change this, change that. No, I really want it to look like, until I got it to exactly what I wanted to. So again, it's still your idea. It's just something's helping you kind of put it together, because if you were to give me a computer and $1 million, I wouldn't have been able to figure out, it would have taken me ages to figure out how to make even just a simple Nerd Takes logo that I have to make it look as good as it does. So, hey, I mean, people are going to have their opinions on it. Everything's polarizing, but I've definitely found a use for it.
Yeah. I'd say, like, I'm lucky enough, I know Photoshop skills, so like that kind of thing is like that. But if I'm gonna like move in or something like that, I'm not gonna I can't afford that.
No,
I can't afford that. It's like that, like the poster generations like that. Yeah, I can do the fonts and all the logo and all that, and I can't I'm not gonna draw like
but like to make it all blend and look. Like I could do some stuff, but like it'll just kind of looks like things layered on top of each other, like not blended, like it's all one poster. It would just look like I pasted a bunch of things kind of onto a screen. Like, could I do it? Yeah. Would it look good? It essentially would be like looking at a stick figure drawing versus a real painting. Like I could draw something. Sure. It's not going to be good, but I can draw something.
I love this. Like people forget is like, you could have like the shorts or something like that. It's a minute. That minute took me 2 hours to do.
Yeah.
Like that. And then people go, well, that did well. It got you like 10,000 views. And you go, yeah, that earned me 10p.
Yeah. Right.
Great. So I'm not going to pay, loads of money like somebody else is like, yeah, I'm not that. We're not YouTubers or even like who are going for like you earned £1 million off that one video. Well done. So then you can invest. Yeah. Everybody touch
Yeah,
wood.
it's-
That one will happen.
I think that there's definitely a bit of disconnect when it comes to that stuff. A lot of people have
Yeah.
opinions on, oh, AI is this, it's the death of art, it's the death of that. Okay, I get it. But like, I don't know. It's just
But it would happen to everybody. Like, you know, I bet you somebody did it when, you know, like the old paint, you know, like that, when they had paint. I bet people said it about that. Oh, it's going to, you know, everything's going to go
look at
digital, it's gonna
Photoshop.
be
When
awful. Yeah.
when Photoshop came out,
Yeah.
and a lot of these people were doing fan posters and fan art for movies and things like that, people were like, "Oh, it's just Photoshop. That's not real art." And now AI is being accused of even crushing those artists. Like, oh, now those kind of digital artists, like I forget what they call them. I'll call them digital artists to give a name because I can't think of what the right term is. But those digital artists, you're just stealing their art. So it's like every time something new comes in that's maybe makes the process a little easier, because again, people would argue Photoshop made it easier than, you know, whatever was before it, even though Photoshop still really takes a lot of impressive skills. Like,
Yeah.
I think people always kind of sometimes come in with this misunderstanding and a strong of what the thing is, and then a strong judgment paired with it, or paired against a strong judgment against it paired with that misunderstanding or not total understanding. And it kind of creates some pretty hard stance takes that I don't think I've fully thought through all the time.
Well, it's like I've writing my book, and they're like, so I've just gone, hi, can you read this whole thing and see if there's any error in it? And they go, yeah, errors in that paragraph. And I'm like, great. I didn't have to read the whole thing to find that one error. It took him 5 seconds to do it. Just go through the whole document and just go, yeah, you've got one little error there. Thank you. And then they just rewrite it or re-open it on that. Or saying, is there anything that contradicts it? You know, like that. You can do that. I'm not noble. I've written like 600 pages or whatever. I don't want to go, God, I've got to find it and then remember it, because you're not going to do it in one hit. So like that. So that skill, that's great. But it's a tool that helps you do that. You've still got to be creative to be able to do this stuff. You know, like you just, you know, there are people, I'm guessing will go, I want this. And then what comes out of it first is what they take. You know, I get that. People
I'm
don't
sure.
like that. But it takes skill to kind of
like,
manipulate the system to kind of not manipulate it, but
to just use it to
something
fine tune it.
Yeah,
I like to say to fine tune your design of what you want, and you still have to have that creative. Like, again, my logo wasn't just nerd text. Like, I wanted this added to it, or the shorts that I'm doing. It again, there's now you'll see the ones that I made. I'm working on other ones, that, you know, ones that can be like an old school arcade cabinet, things like that, where I can kind of put the video into those things. But again, it still has to deal with. I have to sit there and think, well, what do I want it to look like? Well, let's do one that's this 80s arcade style, so I can put a beat 'em up game kind of in the screen type of thing. And then, you know how many pictures that AI has generated for me of different 80s arcades and different cabinets that say nerd takes? And I must have gone through at least 300-400 of them this week alone. Just like, okay, try it again. Tweak this, remove this, change this, make the carpet look like that. Like, you know, there's still a lot of your creativity that goes into it. It's just, it's helping with the putting together side.
You close your eyes and you think of, this is what I want it to look like. And I've got to tell this now to create that.
Right, exactly.
So you're still your own vision when your first vision, and it's like that. And there's sometimes you go, that's a better idea. That was better, and like that. But it's things. But I used to use
that's
it
how
for
I view it.
I'm terrible at drawing. I don't have patience.
I have no artistic skill.
But I can draw enough, and what I used to do is scan it in and put it into Photoshop and be really good at Photoshop, and then do it digitally, and I'd be better digitally. So is that cheating? Because I've just gone, no, I can just scan it in. Yeah, exactly. So
it's all relative to the person, you know. It's
that'll be the next.
I can't be bothered with other opinions on it like that.
Can you imagine when they get something that can like neuro implants read your brain and
technology is only going one way.
In my brain, it was still in there. You know, when's the next stop? So it's an interesting world. It's going to be like 10 years time. We're like, wow, and then we've got young kids, and when they'll be doing it in 20 years, we were like, oh bloody hell. When they've taken over Film Club. When we
and they've got a full set of production all done by AI, overlays, the whole deal.
Yeah, so I'm gonna guess I know what Sandy's doing. She's playing Conan, so she's back in Conan.
I hope so. Resting, some Conan, some tea, the whole deal.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yes, there we go.
Perfect.
I bet she maybe. Now this is it, chat. You have things. Was Sandy faking that she's got no voice so she could log into Conan and play Conan at the same time? I'm just saying. It's a bit of a coincidence. There we go.
I have seen some strong Conan addictions from some people, so you never know.
You get the building.
You never know.
You get the building. So that's it. Yeah. But yeah, it's all good. But yes, until the next film club, we have to go back to the charge of the Light Brigade, and then it's a very history one to learn your history. But thank you all for popping in for a good old Saturday night film club, and I'm glad Jade feels better. Hopefully Sandy feels better, and then I'll be ill. Maybe it goes around.
Next week will be your turn. And I just realized all this talk about AI, and we have Terminator coming up in 2 weeks. So perfect tie-in.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yes, I'm very happy now because today was the first day we get the NHL on TV in the UK.
Nice.
Nice. Yes, we don't have to go onto the NHL.
You get it going forward now, or is it just like a one?
Yes, no, it's been brought out because who do they have it with? I can't remember what company. And the NHL said you cocked it up so much, we're taking it off you. And I was like, wow. So it was like a paid subscription that you had to do in the UK. And they cancelled their contract and gave it to ITV4 in the UK. So you can it's free. So like,
there you go, just regular TV, no subscription, nothing. Oh, perfect.
No, and I was like, the first one though, was it Buffalo versus Minnesota? I was like,
you're gonna get a bunch of crap games.
Yeah,
that's how
good.
Yeah,
good one.
They love to. They do the same thing with football. Football, they actually bring the sport over there, but they always love to give to grow the game. They always send the two of the worst teams over to London to go have, or Germany, or I think they did London, Germany, and Madrid this year.
Yeah.
One game was good, I think, out of like all the games they did. There might have been 4 or 5, I can't remember, but they usually just send 2 absolute, for lack of a better term, shit bum teams to go sit over there and play a game for you guys and then come back. And it's like, how are you ever going to grow the game sending the worst of the worst out to other countries? It blows my mind, but you guys will probably get a lot of crappy hockey games in between the good ones.
Yeah, it is bad. Yeah, I was like, give me things, but like, I'm guessing they've done it now. What? So what? We're the seedings for the playoffs are starting to go there, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's getting there. But I just want a good, like, give me a good game, and like, yeah, it's like that. It's just like, give me a rivalry. Like, if you want to get people in, you need one where there's.
That's what
fights.
You should be doing, right? That's what you should be doing.
You get a fight one. You need to go stop. I'm having like Montreal, Boston. Literally,
you should be getting rivalry games out there.
What? And it would interest people, like flicking at, are they playing hockey? And then they go, what the hell's going on?
Right.
Yes, it's this kind of game. They are kicking the crap out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to get crowds. You don't, like I say, the first time you ever do it, you don't want to hockey teams, and I mean that, skillful ones. You need 2 of them.
No, you want the bruisers. You want what people's perception of hockey is, which is beat the crap out of each other. So that's kind of what you want to sell.
That's it. You want to see the players coming off with like teeth missing. Like, yes, that's an hockey player. Not like the new is it Netflix one? You seen that? Is it Netflix?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Do they have
HBO? Didn't they?
Oh, do they have one? Yeah.
Oh, they did a homosexual ice hockey players love story. And I was like, but they made them look really pretty. And I was like, that's not ice hockey players. Literally, unless they come out when they've got like their false teeth coming out. I was like, that's not going to be.
Yeah.
And then it's the next proud, perfect thing. And everybody's watching it has gone, this is not ice hockey. This is what.
Yeah,
but apparently the ice hockey scenes apparently are really good. Like the
no kidding. Like the actual.
The actual apparently is really good. Everybody's like, it's been done so well. Just they put this stupid story onto it, like doesn't make sense. It's
certainly didn't have that on my bingo card, but that's
exactly.
Certainly a show and a premise.
Yeah, but I was like, I even said like, I don't care whatever you do, whatever you're going to spend your money on, I don't crap. It's like, what audience were they going for, and did they ever go to an ice hockey match?
Yeah, fair enough.
The ice hockey players, like Chara when he was like that. Guarantee. That's your ice hockey player. It's like that. You've got like,
all the power to you. If the show works out, congratulations. Exactly. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you.
It's like, you get in season 2, possibly not. But yeah, it did.
But if you do, congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. If you get people watch, it's like Bridgerton. It's like that. Fair play to you. It's absolutely people. Historians hate it. People don't like it. Jade watches it and hates it, but she's addicted now to it. And I'm like, what are you on about? And she's like, I know. Just now, I need to finish. It needs to be finished. And I was like, oh god. So, but yeah, but
Fair enough.
Each to them all, each to the power. It's just like the new Star Trek. Yeah, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I just don't have to. I just don't have to.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's all I say.
Can't be
But,
bothered
yeah.
sometimes.
No, exactly. But apart from that, have a great one all. One day, Daryl, we'll get a Western. One day, it'll be right at the end. Right at the end. That's it. But have a great one. Everybody, have a great one. Do your homework for next time. And for now, bye-bye. And bye from Sandy.